The Gilson House is named in honor of the Gilson family, who owned the land where Old Bedford Village now stands. Cloth was made from a variety of materials, including cotton, wool, and flax. Wool, of course, came from the fleece of sheep. The sheep were sheared in the spring, and the wool was washed and carded. Washing removed any burrs, sticks, and mud picked up in the coat when the sheep were grazing. Carding would fluff the wool, and was done by using two carding paddles. You can see carding paddles if you look carefully around the room. The fibers of the flax plant were used to produce linen. Seeds had to be removed using a ripple, and then the fibers were combed straight using a device called a hackle. The hackle had several sharp prongs that would separate the fibers. See if you can find a hackle in this room. Cotton came from the cotton plants grown in the southern states. The cotton would be baled and shipped north. While cotton was expensive, it was also cooler in the summer than linen or wool. These basic materials would be spun to produce thread or yarn using a spinning wheel. This had to be done carefully to prevent the material from bunching or clumping. The thread or yarn could then be woven into cloth using a loom, like those you see here. The cloth was then used by the tailor to make clothing. With no mall to go to, this was what it took to have clothes to wear. As you might imagine, early settlers wore their clothes until they had worn out, mending them as needed. Several terms we still use today originated with the spinning and weaving trade. The shuttle that was used to move the weft crosswise threads across the warp lengthwise threads gave us the term used for shuttle buses, as well as the space shuttle. If you've ever heard of an older unmarried woman referred to as a spinster, this comes from the fact that unmarried women often worked in this field. Finally, if you have heard someone who is very set in their beliefs referred to as dyed in the wool, this comes from the fact that the cloth made with the wool dyed first had deeper, longer-lasting color than cloth made with yarn that was spun before dyeing it. Dyes were made from a variety of natural materials, including bark, roots, flowers, and berries.